Din Djarin and the newly named Din Grogu seem to have found their happy place in the finale, although it may not last for long. All season long, Mando and Grogu have gone from one threat to another, facing off against pirates, cyborgs, and even Christopher Lloyd. But after 8 episodes of danger, Din Djarin and Grogu ended the season with a rare moment of peace. The season 3 finale picks up in the middle of the battle for Mandalore as Bo-Katan leads her people in a fight against Moff Gideon and his Imperial troopers. It's a brutal action-packed sequence as Bo rallies her fellow Mandalorians and Din tries to escape from Gideon's clutches. Ultimately, Grogu helps rescue his mentor, and together the two set out to find and kill Gideon once and for all. As they're searching for Gideon, Din and Grogu stumble upon a sinister science lab where they discover what Gideon's been up to this whole time. He has been cloning himself, hoping to create a Force-sensitive army in his own image. Din quickly destroys the lab and Gideon's clones, but it's a reminder that the Empire's cloning experiments didn't end on Kamino and will lead to Palpatine's resurrection and the rise of Skywalker. Eventually, Gideon and his Praetorian guards find Din and Grogu, and a brutal battle ensues. Bo-Katan ultimately arrives to help, but even with the Darksaber, Gideon is too powerful and even destroys the saber. Ultimately, Gideon is outnumbered, and together, Bo, Din, and Grogu team up to help overpower him. And as a Mandalorian ship crashes into the base, Gideon apparently dies in a fiery wreckage, and Bo and Din assume that they're done for as well, but Grogu uses the Force to create a bubble around them and protect them from the flames. It certainly seems like the end of Gideon, but remember, this is Star Wars, so even if a character dies on screen, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're gone forever, especially in a world where clones exist, so it is entirely possible a Gideon clone survives or is already running around the galaxy and at some point reunites to face off against Mando and Grogu once again, but that would be pretty cheap, but it's not like it hasn't been done before. Still, Gideon's defeat calls for celebration. Even without the Darksaber, Bo-Katan takes her place as the official ruler of Mandalore, guiding her people and helping to relight the Great Forge. Meanwhile, Din takes Grogu to the Living Waters where he tells the armorer that he wants to take Grogu on as an official apprentice. Din makes things official, adopting Grogu as his son, and from here on out he will be known as Din Grogu, and together, father and son will start a new family business, taking odd jobs for the New Republic and protecting the Outer Rim. They even have a small cabin on the outskirts of Navarro where Din Grogu can levitate all the frogs that he wants to. And that's it. Unlike previous seasons of The Mandalorian, there is no mid-credit or post-credit scene to tease Din and Grogu's future adventures. And while Season 4 of The Mandalorian has yet to be announced, co-creator Jon Favreau previously said that he and Dave Filoni have already written the scripts. Favreau also told EW that he and Filoni have no plans to wrap up the show, and they'll continue making it for as long as people want to watch. He was quoted as saying, "I don't know what would make me not enjoy doing it, especially as long as the audience is connecting with these characters." Favreau told EW, "This feels like a really enjoyable moment, and I love this format of telling one chapter at a time and keeping the audience guessing, but also fulfilling certain expectations." It's interesting to wonder if this statement will ultimately coincide or clash with the reports that Filoni's live-action movie will wrap up Mando as well as all of the spin-offs of that series. Until next time, thank you for watching.